12/7. But losing my job like that, I had a lot of questions. I was angry about a lot of things. Then my mom is like, whoa, wait, I can't even, I'm like, I gotta get my footing now. I gotta get back to what I know is my center, my core, my foundation, right? If you're out in the wilderness and you got a compass that don't work, you better know how to look at the sun and know north, south, east, and west, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you got God as your compass and your center and your core, you can never go wrong. And that's my thing now. And I started this whole thing talking about the message from church yesterday about testimony. How do you share your testimony? Why do we share our testimony? It's like I said, God gets the glory, you guys, but it's us motivating each other. We go back to the Bible and reference all these different stories where it's all over the place, right? But then when we're interacting with each other, I talked about it last week, this is a human experience. Right? So for me, I've got to talk about my human experiences though. I can read the Bible all day. Hey there, Baker, good morning. I can read the Bible all day and apply certain things, but when it comes to, okay, in the here and now, how do we motivate each other? How do we push each other? Right? We tell our stories, y'all. Don't be afraid. I shared, y'all, if you go to my page, you'll see I share quotes like crazy. But one of the quotes that I love is about sharing your story. It can unlock someone's prison. That one moment, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I had on the shirt, "You Are Enough." Yes, I love that, Raleigh. He's the best GPS, life GPS. God is the best. And that's what they needed instead of GPS for, navigation or whatever. God, right? It's just the G should stand for God. I know that's corny, but y'all know me. I don't care. But yeah, y'all, I just feel like, personally, that's been my journey of getting, I wouldn't even say lost. How some people be like, I was so lost, but it's like, I wasn't lost, y'all. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was being hard-headed. Sometimes we know. Let's just own it. I knew I was being hard-headed. I called myself having a little attitude. If you can't beat them, join them. This ain't working. That's the worst thing we can do, y'all. When we get close to that blessing or that miracle, my pastor said that yesterday. It's just on the opposite side of that faith, right? Teflon, hey, Ghost Pepper Flakes, welcome, lady. Good morning. Y'all, it's right on the other side. Right when we feel like it's time to quit, that's when it's right on the other side. Right when we feel like it's time to quit, that's when you gotta push, because that's when that blessing is right there. And when you be so that's the thing too. When you be like, man, like you get to heaven and you be like, you were just one more step. If you would have took one more step, right, you would have had it. But it's like, we gotta be bold. In 2024, y'all, don't be afraid to do something different. Look at your life and be honest. This has to change. This has to change. This is no longer serving me. This has to go. This person has to go, right? It's the most painful thing, but it is the most beautiful, liberating thing ever, because you're freeing yourself of those things that are weighing you down. All this stuff is, figurative speaking that I'm doing, right? But it's literal also. Abandoned problems. Oh no, 12/7. James, for real, thank you. Happy Monday. Linda, you agree? Yep. 12/7, you gotta work on that. So got to go be bold, ask you out to dinner. Hi, James, for real. People always feel comfortable putting God on hold. Yeah, and see, Raleigh, that is such a good point, right? And I always say this, y'all, even though we'll never know, obviously, because our human brains could never fathom or understand the way God works, right? But just imagine your human brain. I ain't gonna lie, I got a 22-year-old son, so I feel some type of way when he doesn't call or check in about certain things, and he knows that I love him, I pour it in, I'm so concerned, right? I'm feeling some type of way. But imagine God. I sit there and be like, girl, be quiet. Who are you to sit here and get an attitude about certain things with your son when you over here taking certain things for granted that God has blessed you with, right? Let's not pretend. We just gotta own it, and I think the moment we start owning our truth and owning the role that we play and where we are in our life, like I said, I think Phoenix on here, we was talking about that mirror. Once you put that mirror up to yourself, y'all, it's no denying it, right? We are so quick to point fingers. Like I said, social media, man, everybody's online, picking apart people and nitpicking. It's like, whoa, and that's why I'm like, man, I'll stay right here if I have to. I'm not saying I'm trying to limit myself, but man, the more you expose, right, the more people will come on and just tear you to pieces based off of one 60-second video or one picture, right?